Hey YouTube, I just want to make a new video because, well, it's been a little bit. I think I made some workout updates. If you notice, I've been letting my hair grow out. Uh, One thing that's interesting about my hair is that it's a lot curlier now than it used to be before I transitioned. I mean, it was pretty curly, but I notice now it curls a lot more on its own. So that's kind of cool because I don't know, I kind of like it. Um, Anyways, I think I want to make a video just because it's going to be 3 years on T, um, end of February, and beginning of March it'll be 2 years post-op. So, um, and I recently started using a new scar gel, which has been working really well. I'll show you guys that in a minute. I guess first, so I'm going to school, going to nursing school, and that's going quite well. I am taking an elective, sexual diversity, which is a really awesome class. And I was talking to my teacher how it should be mandatory for the nursing program that they should have to take, maybe not that class, but a class similar to it, or at least integrate that into one of our classes, because I guess she's had a couple of nursing students from the past complain that they don't really talk about the LGBTQ community. It's mostly about different cultures and different race that they try to educate people on, about how they're different. And I mean, yes, that is important, but we also live in Toronto where there's a lot of queer and trans and intersex people here. Um, Oh, and gay and lesbian too. So I think that's really important. I know that I'm probably going to end up talking to some of my teachers to see if I can change slightly change that, because I think it is very important. And I know it's hard to fit all that stuff in because there's certain criteria that we have to have, and that's kind of like an extra thing, but it is really important. So I'm going to see maybe if I can push something for that. And let's see, what else is going on? I started working out a lot more. I got a little sick. As you can tell, I sound a little stuffed up, but my cold is pretty much gone. So I was working out my first week of school, which was last week, pretty much every day. So now I work out 3 days a week, and I've been trying to do as much cardio as I can. It hasn't really been working to do it daily. So I'm going to try to maybe integrate that a little bit more into my workouts next week, just because I'll have more energy. So that's been going well. I guess I'll just show you guys what I look like right now. I don't think I've really gotten any bigger, but I definitely notice that my chest is slowly getting bigger. I can pretty much bench with a 45-pound bar. I have 245 weights on each side, so that's about what I bench press right now. And that's pretty heavy. That's almost how much I actually weigh. So that's really good. I'm making a lot of improvements there. And if anybody wants to know what exactly I'm doing and how I got to that point for bench pressing, just send me an email or something. I mean, really, what it is, it just takes time. You got to put an effort into it. And let's see. I think that's about it. So I'll talk about the scar gel. Let me just zoom down. See if I can back away. Hopefully you guys can see my scars a little bit. But if you noticed before, they were really red. I mean, they're still red. I've only been using the scar treatment, which is called Scar Zone. For those of you who live in the States, you have tons of scar stuff that you guys can choose from. So this may not be your number one option. I think Scar Fade maybe might be the first thing that you might want to choose. This is a silicone-based scar gel. I would only recommend silicone-based because it's the only one that's actually been proven to reduce scars. I know that a lot of people are iffy about putting silicone into their body and what is it going to do years from now, but you really shouldn't be using this for like more than a year, um, realistically. Now, if you've like, I have pretty bad scars, but I waited a while to like put anything on them. And I think that's just the way my body scars, whether or not I started using Scar Gel. Um, but I've noticed a big difference. They're definitely a lot, they're just pinker, and some of them have actually faded away completely. So if you're having problems with your scars and you live in Canada, I would recommend this Scar Fade. You can find it at Shoppers. I'm sure other drugstores have them. And if you're in the States, I would look for Scar Fade. And if you can't find that, I'm pretty sure they have Scar Zone there because it's made in the States. Maybe check CVS, somewhere like that. Um, yeah, so I guess that's really all I have to update on. I got a peer tutoring job at school. I haven't really worked yet, but it's kind of like, well, I might be working in a center where people come in and they need help with math or English or something like that. And so I'd be helping them with that sort of thing, which is neat for me because at some point I want to be a teacher. I want to like be a teacher for nursing students. And that's years down the line, but I definitely want to try to help my fellow students out by learning how to teach and what ways are effective, what ways aren't. To me, I just think it'll be a neat experience. And also by week 11, I'll actually be in my placement, my hospital placement for nursing. So that's really exciting. I'll let you guys know how nursing's going, because I don't know. I think it's a really neat profession to get into right now, especially if you're trans or you're part of the LGBTQ community. And just because there's going to be a giant shortage in Canada soon. I mean, a lot of people are retiring, and a lot of RNs actually are not able to find, not that you're destitute, you can't find work, but it's harder for them because some places are actually firing RNs and hiring RPNs. So that's a bit interesting because I really want to be an RN. I actually want to get my master's as well. So I want to be a nurse practitioner, but we'll see down the lines how specialized I can get if I can get work. I mean I think in the long run, yes, I'll be able to get work. And it depends on whether I'm here or if I'm in the States. So I may want to wait and do my RN in the States or do a bridge program. So right now I'm in the RPN program, and I'm okay with that, though I would like to be an RN. I don't know, it's just a preference, I guess, for me. And so, yeah, I guess that's really all I have to update on. Yeah, I think that's it. So if anybody has any questions or wants me to talk about something specific, I'm not going to shut down my YouTube channel like a lot of other people have, just because, I don't have a lot of changes with tea. Because I do want to use this channel to talk about certain topics, and especially now that I'm getting into the medical field and things like that. Like, I want to keep attached to this community. Oh, one more thing. I have a volunteer position at the 519. For those of you who don't know what the 519 is, it's a community center in Toronto that it's pretty much opens their doors to everyone who wants to come. They focus a lot on the youth, so 25 and under, or 26. I think it depends what group. And they have a trans group, and I'm part of this trans actions group. And what we do is we set up events and activities where we're kind of getting people to come out, and right now we're doing boxing, which is really cool. I missed it this week, but last week I went, and it was really awesome because I've never boxed, and I love it. I was actually, I might start going there more often just on my own and doing like physical contact, contact boxing, which would be neat. Um, so yeah, I might end up doing something like that. But if anyone's in Toronto and they're interested in joining any of these groups, or if you um, are interested in, because I might be able to get information about different places around Ontario, what groups that they have and things. You never know. The 519 probably does branch out to other places, but um, and I know that Sherburne is on a huge waiting list for people to get in and to see a doctor, which is kind of unfortunate. My dream when I become a nurse, I hope that if I ever won like $1 million or something, I would open my own clinic. Um, Hands down, that would be my first priority, is opening a clinic, hiring a couple of doctors, and trying to get those people who are waiting to get into Sherburne to let them come into my clinic and have someone who can prescribe them testosterone or answer some of their questions and concerns or just get them healthcare in general. I would love to do something like that. And you never know, I could do it even if I don't win the lottery. I might be able to set something up like that. I definitely, though, I think realistically, if I did that, I'd want to do it outside of Toronto, somewhere where it's really inaccessible for people. And because really what I want to do is I want to get my nursing degree and all that stuff. And I want to go use, you know, I want to go help people who don't have a community like we have in Toronto. We are very fortunate in Toronto. As much as we disagree, I guess, you can disagree with me, but when I compare us to, the rest of on even Ontario or the States, like we have it made pretty well, especially with healthcare alone. And so I'm hoping that maybe it'll shape up better in the States. I feel bad for people who, need a $100,000 surgery, and it's like life or death, and their insurance company isn't going to cover it. So, but I could, talk about this for hours. But yeah, so like I said, shoot me an email if you want me to answer any questions specifically. I know I'm bad about getting back to emails or even comment too. Um, so I'll probably give some of you who I keep emailing with my personal email just because I answer that a lot more and I answer it faster. So I hope everybody's having fun at school if you're in school, or fun at work, and I hope generally everyone's having a good winter. And I'll probably make an update in a month or so. Okay.